Okay, so I've been on a bit of a Harry and Meghan hiatus recently. Yes, for 40 days and for 40 nights I was driven into the wilderness by the Holy Spirit. And for 40 days and 40 nights I was tempted by the devil, the algorithm, my Twitter feed. And he said to me, if you truly are the #1 gossip bitch on YouTube, then prostrate yourself before me, and you shall have all of the likes and comments your heart desires. To which I said, begone, Satan! For it is written... Oh, hang on a second, they got kicked off Spotify. Alright, I'll make a couple of videos. Okay, so first up in today's video, what we're looking at is Bill Simmons, who has come out and said what he has said about Harry and Meghan. He's called them a couple of effing grifters.
Can't believe what you have done.
But I've been doing some deep digging, you know, like Meghan on Archetypes, some thorough research. I mean, after all, what is this channel? What is my channel all about? No need to fact check me, ever. All right? Everything's very tight. Well, I run a tight ship here on this channel, okay? I've been doing some deep digging, and it turns out it's not the first time Bill Simmons has called out Harry and Meghan. So we're going to take a look at something he said way back in January. Yeah, you don't get that on the other gossip bitch channels, do you?
My last one is Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot this guy to the sun. I'm so tired of this guy. What does he bring to the table? He just whines about shit. Right? Keeps giving interviews. Who gives a shit?
How many of us feel battered?
Who cares about your life? You weren't even like the favorite son. The other guy was the king. You're like the fucking Fredo.
I understand.
Our wives care. Our wives care about him.
They don't even care. Does your wife care about Prince Harry? Nobody cares about this. He had a fucking eight episode Netflix show. What did we find out?
A seal opera.
Yeah,
I can't stand him. So tired. I'm so embarrassed that I fucking have to share Spotify with him. The guy sucks. What does he do? It's one of those things where it's like, what's your talent? Why are we listening to you? What's your So you were born in a royal family and then you left. What are you good at?
Yeah, he didn't do anything there, and now he's going to come here and do nothing. But
yeah, you live in fucking Montecito, and you just like you sell documentaries and podcasts, and nobody cares what you have to say about anything unless you talk about the royal family. You just complain about him. He's got a book. What do you write a book about?
My penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
So that was a clip from the Bill Simmons podcast way back in January, so he's been criticising them for quite a while. Well done. And I understand Bill Simmons' reaction to Harry and Meghan. It's kind of a typical reaction amongst us content creators, right? I'm not sure you guys would understand, you pedestrians. But I'm just saying, I understand it, but I don't share it, okay? I don't feel the same way. I think Bill Simmons' visceral reaction to Harry and Meghan is kind of from a bygone era when there was limited bandwidth. And while I agree that it feels unfair that because of circumstance, because the universe has aligned itself as such that Harry and Meghan, who are talentless hacks, who have nothing to say, are able to make millions and millions of dollars out of pure coincidence, right? The fact that he was born into the royal family and he married a narcissist like Meghan, that they're able to make millions and millions of dollars out of that is, well, it would be frustrating. It doesn't frustrate me. I love their podcasts and their Netflix shows. I think they're brilliant and I want them to make millions more because, let's face it, I've been having a blast for the last 9 months dissecting their programs. It's great. I think Bill Simmons comes from a different epoch, from a bygone era. Right, the Silver Fox, where there was limited bandwidth and you're all competing against each other. I mean, he's saying stuff like, I'm ashamed to be sharing the platform with them. And it's like, well, I don't know. I kind of think, whatever. I think it's great that there's all this cringe shit to react to. But that's just me. Let's get to the most recent thing Bill Simmons has said about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
I'm going to pose this question to you. You do a lot of business deals, a lot of negotiations.
I do.
Well, let's just.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The fucking grifters.
I really wish more people would use the word grifters when they're talking about Harry and Meghan and people of that ilk, right? Because that is all Harry and Meghan are. Okay, a lot of people have gone down the rabbit hole and they think that these two are some kind of criminal mastermind couple, right? That they're planning the downfall of the monarchy or whatever. They're nothing. They're nothing. Have you not listened to the 12 episodes of Archetypes as I have? Did you not watch their Netflix documentary? Did you not read Spare? You know, go back and watch some of my videos. These two are vacuous in name. They have nothing to say, right? But they are grifters. That's what they're doing. They're trying to sell their nothing at a maximum, at a premium, right? They're trying to do as little as possible for as much as possible in return. Okay? I've said this a million times before. That is what a grifter is. Okay? They have a very inflated sense of self. They believe that their message is important. I really think that. Because you listen to Meghan unironically tell the story of how when she was 11 or 12 years old, she wrote to Procter & Gamble about their sexist advert. And she tells it unironically to hundreds of people at events all the bloody time. She tells them the same story about how she wrote to that dish soap advert when she was 12 to get them to stop saying women were fighting grease and dirty pots and pans, and to people are fighting grease and dirty pots and pans. And she talks about that as though she's Rosa Parks. Okay? She believes that. She has an inflated sense of self. Yes. Harry, I think already had that. He already felt like he wasn't special enough, being, you know, fifth in line to the throne or whatever he is. You know, he felt that wasn't fair, that his half of the room didn't overlook the bronze statue of the Roebuck deer, right? All that kind of thing. Definitely narcissistic. Maybe not as malicious as some of you think, okay? They're grifters, okay? If people don't immediately give them what they think they're owed, because they're slightly narcissistic, they cut their family members off, they cut their friends off, and sure, they do damage to the people around them, but it really shouldn't be doing damage to the rest of us, okay? We should just be fucking loving it. It's hilarious to watch. Isn't it hilarious? Why aren't you laughing?
That's the podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try to help him with a podcast idea.
Do it.
It's one of my best stories.
Dude, there hasn't been a Drunk Simmons podcast. Let's both get drunk and then it'll just be drunk.
Save that idea.
It'll be really easy.
The grifters.
Here's my business.
Yes, I think we would all very much appreciate that, Bill Simmons, if you could share that story with us about how Harry tried to ask you how to do a podcast. That would be amazing. It is kind of frustrating, you know. That people with millions of dollars just sort of try and buy their way into a world that the rest of us have to kind of fight from scratch to get a foot on the first rung of the ladder, you know. And but there's the thing, it is a meritocracy. The podcast Meghan made had millions. She was given millions to make it. She had a whole team helping her to put together every episode. She couldn't even get people to sit down with her. She couldn't even hold a conversation. It's so insane that they are so bad at something, even when they've got so many people helping them to do it. And I sense the frustration there from Bill Simmons. Yeah, he's, you know, a professional who's been doing this for years and he's honed his skills, and now some dickhead, some stupid half-wit prince is asking him, how do you do the podcast? It would, yes, yeah, massively frustrating, okay? But at the same time, hilarious. And also hilarious what a bad job they did of everything. You know, how shit Archetypes was, how shit the documentary on Netflix was, how hilarious Spare was. I mean, can't we just revel in the joy that it brought us all, for God's sake? All right? Anyway, let's see somebody else who I respect far less than Bill Simmons. Kelly Osborne, she's weighed in on it all. And this is the kind of criticism of Harry and Meghan which I don't like. You know, I think it's just gratuitous bandwagon jumping on of. And I won't stand for it, okay? Kelly Osborne, you fucking grifter.
I think Harry's a fucking twat. I do. I think he's a fucking twat. He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
Now, I know a lot of you are going to think that Kelly Osborne's one of us now, right? She's on our side for calling Prince Harry a twat, right? And I'm not saying she's wrong. you know? But it's the eyes wandering across to the hosts of the podcast for approbation, you know? Please love me. Tell me I'm one of you. It reminds me of the time when she said, "Who's gonna clean your toilets, Mr. Trump?"
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that
My life was so hard. Everybody's fucking life is hard.
Look at the fear in her little eyes, right? That's what people think. That's a socially accepted point of view right now, isn't it? After 2 years of saying nothing, now if I say that, you're not going to cancel me. I'm not racist. On your bike, grifter.
Yeah, you were the prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a fucking Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope?
Because what was bad about Harry is he's a twat and he's Nazi, and now he's the Pope? I don't think so, Donald Trump. Who's going to clean your toilets now?
Suck it.
Fuck off. I'm sick of all these people jumping on my bandwagon. Yes, it's mine. All right? I've been out of the game for a few episodes, all right, but I'm back now. So fuck off, Kelly Osborne. Leave the social commentary to people who have a real opinion. All right? You Nepo baby, go and live off your dad's career. Oh, I'm kidding. Kelly Osborne is very much entitled to her opinion, right, if we can call it that. It's just if I have a team, I don't feel like I have a team. I don't get into bed with anybody ever, in any sense. And if I were to have a team, there would be a strict vetting process. There would be a big draft like for the NFL. And I'm sorry, but Kelly Osborne ain't getting picked. All right? Better luck next year, Kelly. All right? Bill Simmons, on the other hand, you made it. Just about. You were the pick 203 out of 209. All right? So you're on the team. Just about. Okay? But I run a tight ship. And there are no guarantees of playing time. Where are you going with this analogy? I'm not sure. I think I'm done for today's video, which is kind of obvious. It's kind of winding down, isn't it? You know, I'm running out of things to say. But in a day or two, I'll have come up with more things to say about God knows what, you know. So if you want to find out what that's going to be about, subscribe to the channel. Share it to other people, which will help me to continue to make more content of this nature. And you know, and help me continue to make a very legitimate living off gossip bitchery, okay? Which I know in a bygone era would not be something that would make your parents proud, but I'm sorry, Mum, I'm sorry, Dad, but that ship has sailed. I ain't going to medical school. It's over, all right? I'm a gossip bitch now, and you're just going to have to accept that. All right? Why can't my friends and family be proud of me? Eh? Is there something not to be proud of here? I'm doing a great job of calling Kelly Osborne a fucking grifter. And Harry and Meghan. Yeah, that's right. I have no allegiance to anyone or anything. Like, share, subscribe, all those other things that help with the algorithm and help this to continue for another day. Yeah, it's over. The video's over. It's dead, Danny. Let it go. God. It's like parties. You never know when to just call it a night, do you? Oh, yeah, goodbye. Stunning.